Thank you so much for allowing me to be here and telling you about my absolute favorite thing to talk about, my passion project. This was something that started about 9.5 years ago. And honestly, it started as a very simple thing, which was how do we make freestanding emergency rooms visits as wonderful as they are, but less expensive. And I kind of had my own experience where I went on a weekend. It was something easy that could have been solved in a regular doctor's office, but no regular doctor was open. And I went to a freestanding emergency room and ended up with a $1,000 bill for something that I felt I knew could have been a lot cheaper. So I started looking at this problem and talking to people, and I realized that actually everyone was having the problem that I had. Everyone was unsure of what to do. They knew they weren't dying. They knew they didn't really need an emergency room, but that was what was open at night and on the weekends. So I said, why don't we do it? So we went ahead and set up some clinics around town, and our mission was to be extremely transparent with pricing. Nothing ever, at the time it was nothing ever over $200. Now it's nothing ever over $250. That means you can walk in with broken bones, both legs, and need x-rays and casts or need IV fluids and all of that. You never spend more than that. That gives people a lot of confidence. There's a lot of people who have had experiences like mine, except worse. $5,000 bills, $10,000 bills at an emergency room, and when that's not necessary and there's an easier place to go, it's really can be really a pocketbook saver for sure. And what happened was that it answered a need, and we were able to grow. And we started putting up clinics all across Houston, and really got a great response. But what was really exciting was that we started to also get requests to do other things. And one of the things that we got a request to do was be an on-site clinic. So we first started our bringing medicine to employees at their workplace for Fort Bend County, quickly pivoted to be doing it for Montgomery County, Brazoria County, Houston Independent School District, Goose Creek Independent School District. All over the city, we were getting requests to come on site and provide free health care to employees that the employer was basically sponsoring and paying for. What ended up happening with that was that we realized we're actually pretty good at primary care too. And along with that, we were doing some work injury care. So we started racking up the services that we could provide at really substantial savings to employers who were paying the bills for their employees. And the next huge pivot came at COVID time, when we had to learn how to do telemedicine because patients were afraid to come in. And so we really learned how to do that service. And when we added telemedicine, we started thinking and listening to what the community was saying. And what they were saying was, gosh, healthcare is getting really expensive. It's kind of scary. The cost is high. We can't really get in to see our primary care doctors anymore because a lot of them had shuttered through COVID. And the sentiment was that we were going to have more people end up with diseases and things that could have been prevented had they been going to regular appointments, but they weren't getting in. And so about now, we're going to start seeing rising hospital bills, rising things that could have been prevented. So we decided we thought we had an opportunity to get involved and really help in that respect. So we put together a membership, and we call it Next Level Prime, and that's what the P is on next to next level. And employers, for a very low monthly fee, can pay directly for their employees to have, and their families to have healthcare with us. And that healthcare includes telemedicine 24/7 and then 7-day-a-week primary care and urgent care. So you can get a physical on a Sunday, you can get your diabetes treated on a Thursday evening, you can actually get care anytime that it's convenient for you, and an employee who has this membership never takes their wallet out ever in our center. They are not asked for money, even if they have labs or they need x-rays or they have to have a splint. All of it is included in the membership. And our memberships are, just because I'm sure everyone's like, oh yeah, she says it's inexpensive, but let's wait for that. And really for an employer that is under 100 employees, then we charge $75 for the employee, but again, their employee and their family is covered per month, and for all of those services. And if you're over 100 employees, it's $60. So it's a really great savings and a way that employers can give their employees a very valuable and exciting benefit for them and their families. So we started doing this with our own. I'm actually an employer also, and we piloted on ourselves, and our employees absolutely loved it. And it became, when we surveyed them, over about 55% of them said it was a major factor in why they were working for us, that they were getting free health care for themselves and their family for all their basic healthcare. Now, again, we're not a hospital and we don't have specialists, so if they need further services, they still have to access those services somewhere else. But for about 80% of what people do during their year, we've got it covered. Right now, we have a lot of customers. We're up to 20,000 members. Montgomery County is a member. We actually have a couple of members in this audience today, and we're really excited about that. And we really hope that we can continue. Again, it's exciting for us because we believe we're changing lives. We're allowing people who would never, ever walk into a healthcare facility to feel confident that they can go in. No one's going to present them with a big bill. They're not going to have to take time off of work. They're going to be able to do it when their kid gets home and they have a stomach ache and the doctor's already closed. They have a place they can go, all of those things. So anyway, I'm excited to be here. We have a lot of locations in this area of town. Didn't used to be able to say that, but recently we've really expanded. We have Kingwood, we have Humble, we have Atascocita, we have Summerwood, we have, of course, the Woodlands, Conroe, all of our North clinics, and we're expanding all the time because people are responding and saying, we want you near us. So if you are an employer in this area and you want to do something really wonderful for your employees that may help you with retention, may help you with attraction of great employees, consider free healthcare through Next Level Prime. That's it.